Good evening, everybody. Welcome, people, to Being John Ashford, Orgasmic Conscious Cooking with yours truly, the big daddy in the house. We're going to do some groovy stuff tonight, some gravy stuff tonight. I'm being corny today. So we got a tool. We got this yellow gravy I'm making. It's going to be really simple. Hopefully get out at 6:41. We ran a little bit late. Technical difficulties trying to make sure the picture a little bit better for you guys. Hang out with me for a little bit. I don't have a cocktail tonight. I'm a little tired. I've been in 5 days class. I worked a half day of work. Whew, I'm doing it. Remarkable. Anyway, so Orgasmic Conscious Cooking. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Those of you on Instagram over here, I'm looking over this camera over here. If you want to come and get with us over here with Facebook and YouTube, please go to subscribe. Being John Ashford. Go over to Being John Ashford and subscribe, and you get to see a better picture. Now I can just talk to one camera. But all my people, I don't want to leave my people out on Instagram. So get your butts. What are you doing? Go to YouTube, subscribe to Being John Ashford on YouTube, and you come hang out with me every Tuesday night at 6:30 or around that time. Y'all got me? Long day. I want to share a tool. We're going to share a tool. Well, actually, we're not going to share a tool. Let's get something started, and I'll come back to this too. Okay. So what we got tonight is yellow gravy. The secret of it is that I watched the Food Network, and they were talking about gravy being another type of what they call spaghetti sauce. But I did something different this time, y'all. Tori and I went to see Dave Matthews up in George Washington. No joke, really, George Washington. And we were in not Bishop Lake. This is getting hot on me. Yes, we went to Moses Lake. Free people, parting of the sea. So we go to Moses Lake, and I bought these. Let me show you. Yellow tomatoes. I'm gonna make a small sauce because I'm gonna be out of town. My wife likes sauce when I'm out of town. Got to go do some work. But this is what we're gonna start up. We got the spaghetti that I'm gonna cook in there tonight. Yellow gravy with Italian sausage. I'm gonna make my Italian sausage. You guys gonna see me do it. I'm gonna put it all together. Boom, bang, boom. So let's do this. Let's start with the. We'll save the sauce for last. Okay. And while the water's getting hot, we'll start with our meat. So we're gonna drop just a little oil in here so it doesn't. I know it's gonna probably try to smoke on me a little bit. No, I don't have it high, so it's just warm. So I'm gonna do like that. Turn that up a little bit. So I usually mix stuff in the bowl, but I didn't do it. This is Italian sausage tonight. Connie, what's up, my sister? How you doing? Connie, I'm making pretty much what they call spaghetti sauce. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? That's ground pork. It's all gravy, baby. You know it. Okay. And so while this is cooking up, real quick, dried onions. So I can open this package. I'm gonna drop this 2 tablespoons of that in there. I have some I keep spices. Okay. My water's boiling over. The spaghetti is about ready. About 2 tablespoons of garlic. I like my garlic. A little bit of red pepper, baby. Don't look just a pile. Just a little bit of that. And most but not least, my Italian. That's 2 tablespoons Italian seasoning. Now, I'm not gonna put too much salt in it because I'll check the salt later. 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. You have, I don't know if I told you, chili flakes. You can put a teaspoon in there, but it'd be a little bit too spicy. My wife can't hang like that. So I'm not gonna do that to her. Drop my salt off in here. 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna stir it up. Stir it up. Like Bob Marley say, little darling. I guess I'm supposed to sing people's songs. I don't understand that. I know that ain't my song. Okay. As this cooks up, I'll put the lid back on top so it can do its thing. Like a chicken wing. Now, I got salt and water in here. I'm gonna drop a little olive oil in there. Boom. Real. Now, this pasta is different. My wife and I can't eat regular wheat. So what I do is I go to specialty stores. I get imported pasta from Italy. because we can sometimes, we don't do it all the time, but sometimes we cheat, or when we cheat big. So I'm gonna take like a half a pound of pasta, drop it in there. It's just us. So what you don't want to do is cook too much pasta. You can always go back and cook more pasta later. It doesn't take much time. So when I do is stir this in here, I don't break my pasta up. I just get it submerged. I have the oil and salt in there. It's gonna cook for about, I'm gonna turn the timer on so I don't forget while I'm doing this with you guys. So let me turn my timer on for 10 minutes. Check this out in a second. Now, you can't put your top back on top completely or it'll bubble over. You don't want that. So take this off here like that. Check out my sausage. Look at this, y'all. It's browning up rice and perfect how I desire it. Now, one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to test the Italian sausage first while it's not cooked. I wouldn't suggest that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sausage out and put it in another bowl, clear bowl so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to do the rest of my sauce, prepare my sauce in here. I'm going to keep the juices and the oil from the pork because that's what's going to cook in my onions and other vegetables. And then I'm going to drop those tomatoes in there. I got to grab something, guys. I'm going to be off camera for a second. I forgot one of my main ingredients. What I do is I use wine to make my sauce. Okay. I like that. It gives a little bit more kick. My wife loves it especially, so that's one of my main squeeze. Hold on, I gotta grab two things for you guys. I know it's not professional to be on camera. I know. I can hear Derek right now. Dude, get your stuff together. So I'm gonna measure this so you guys know exactly how much wine I'm using because I don't usually look at it. I'm gonna know what it looks like by eye. So this time you're gonna really get to see. I usually say about a cup. I need a clear bowl so you guys can see what this looks like. Now, turn this down. So I want you guys to see this. So, before I do that, make sure my pasta's not sticking together. I'm gonna keep this top off, yeah. Yeah, it's looking nice. Pasta. Okay. I hear you, Coco. I hear you. Coco saying it's dinner time. Get out of the kitchen. Okay, so let me test this because it looks like it's well done. Make sure I got enough sodium in there. Delicious. Can't forget the vino, right, babe? So you guys, fresh Italian sausage. You can go buy sausage. I buy that ground pork at Trader Joe's, and I go from there. So I'm gonna get to this tool in a second when I get this pork out. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more oil. Some of the pork sausage is gonna stay in there and cook up with the vegetables, so I'm not mad at it. So let's sit that there. Sausage is already. Let me see what you see. You guys can see that. You see that? Italian sausage. That's about a pound. This is nice and hot. More olive oil for my veggies. Turn the heat up. Let's see, get nice and hot. Let's top back on. Now, everything by scratch. No chemicals. I was in a class all weekend, and I'll read part of this too while the oil's getting hot. Check this out, y'all. 1 hour a day, 1 day a week for nurturing you. Today the tool is nurturing you. How many of you guys spend time? I'm gonna read some other stuff later, but I want to get these veggies in here. Spend time nurturing you. It's really important, even to the point of what you put in your body, how you eat. So this is an onion, one whole sweet onion. I'm gonna cook this up. Let's see, one sweet onion. My garlic, this is 4 cloves of garlic. So simple, y'all. See how easy this is so far? Oh. Just top back on here. Pasta's doing its thing. What you don't want to do is ever overcook your pasta. Let me get my strainer. So I'm ready to strain my pasta. So if you did something that nurtures your body and nurtures your being at least 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, your income will double within 6 months. I'm gonna read that because I know y'all probably didn't hear that shit. Check this out. If you did something that nurtures your body and nurtures your being at least 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, your income would double within 6 months. Now, I can hear all the haters like that shit ain't possible. That ain't true. I'm gonna tell you another tool that I shared with y'all before. Your point of view creates your reality. How many of y'all walking around with these funky ass realities because your point of view is fucked up? 1 yellow bell pepper. So you change your point of view. Turn this up a little bit more. I need this to cook down. Isn't this pot so cute? My wife bought this for me for a holiday. Just love her. My tools that she buys me so I could, actually, she's not tricking nobody. She brought me professional tools so I could create better orgasmic meals for her. I ain't mad because I love doing this. This is my love. This is nurturing to me. Cooking is nurturing to me. I would love to have some of you guys out here who's watching this or will watch this. Come join my kitchen. I would love to have somebody sit over here. I got to figure out how we do the cameras different. Connie says, look, I'm down. Hey, sister, you got, and you're just south of me. You're not that far from me. Some of the people watching this, my boy Derek, they live miles. Don't tell on me. Tori, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oops. Okay. So my veggies, I don't want to do this. Don't want to leave this on a glass top because this is a heavy metal and it'll crack. Don't want to destroy one of my tools. Hell yeah. Come on, Connie. Okay. Now, you guys see my vegetables are cooking up pretty good. So I have garlic, sweet onion. Turn this all the way up. Now that was the water, these tomatoes. I buy these tomatoes, I freeze them. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to cook down. I'll keep this on high. So what I want this to do, let's see, me and Tori get to sit and talk as we watch you cook this for Sheezy. It's one of the things I love doing. So the other thing when you're cooking, you have to wipe down your station. There's nothing like when I sometimes go to somebody's house and their station don't look good. And I guess that's because I had the pleasure one time working in a restaurant, Hamburger Mary's, and I created the sauces. I did created all the salad dressings. I didn't create them, but I made them. So I learned how to make things firsthand. And I was always amazed on how things taste once you open a bottle and pour it onto something, or when you take these things called your fingers and your thumbs and you create some love. It creates something different. I'm gonna read this again because I want y'all to get this. Okay. If you did something that nurtures your body and nurtures your being at least 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, your income would double within 6 months. I wondered, did you ask a question of why would that happen? How would that be created? Think about that for a second. If you did something to take care of you and you were nurturing you and your body, what would that create? How much more ease you would have? How much more often would you smile? Okay, let's keep it 100. When's the last time you did something for you and your body? Not the gym. I guess the gym could be that. But what else have you done? Read that one more time because I want y'all to get this. It's kind of deep. If you did something that nurtures your body and nurtures your being at least 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, your income would double within 6 months. Challenge. You hear that? It's cooking down. Perfect. Perfect. So the whole process is to cook the water out of this. Okay. So I have to use another tool that I'm gonna bring in the kitchen. I forgot that I used because see what happens is that this is a chunky sausage. You guys see that chunkiness? Okay. I want this, as it cooks down and it starts to boil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys another toy you might want to have for your kitchen, especially if you want to press somebody. In the class today, oh, I got to put this in here, but I'll put that in a second. In the class today, Gary and Dane were talking about, it was CF training. So let me tell you, CF training is the training that we take. It's once a year. Well, it's 3 times a year, one in Europe, one in Australia, and one in the United States. And it's where we come together. Check my pasta. I'll get back to that story in a second. Don't want to make anything mushy. It's nothing worse than mushy pasta. Ain't that right, baby? Check. Now, this is one of my things I check. When I take the pasta and I do like that, it's almost ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the heat off, pull it to the side, and let it just chill. Let's chill. See, I've seen in my food too. Okay, so in this class, we start talking about how to engage, how to facilitate what is business. And I pulled this out of the manual today because I thought that it was really important that not only people who create their business, but everybody, because the planet, see, it's this thing that I like doing consciousness, is the planet is desiring us, it's demanding of us to step into more oneness. Dr. King gave us a warning in the 60s when he was living. Either we will live together or perish as fools. Right now, the wars that's going on, the beating of women because they want to be different, or killing of women, putting them in jail. There's some crazy, the crime in the States. I was listening to a brother of mine send me something, even in my home state, politicians fighting against the people, calling old people ignorant. We got a hell of a dilemma, y'all, right now. But I'm confident. I know we can get through this. Let's see. Hey, my Aunt Donna's with me tonight. How you doing? How's work? Chi-Town in the house all day today. So with this happening, I wish you guys could see that. I might take my gloves, so I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit. It's actually doing its thing. It's cooking down. Now, I wish you all were here to be able to taste this, but you're not. Anyway. Grab my spoon, Sonny, because you don't want to double dip with anything, okay? So one of the things that I'm looking at is my sauce. Why yellow tomatoes? There is a sweetness and a richness to that makes me want to take my bite and get in and go, ooh, wee. It's cooking down. And then I drop my cherry tomatoes from the backyard. So all these tomatoes are from the Northwest. I met the farmers who grew the ones that I bought in Washington. I took some of the cherry, and it's going to give that little sweetness on the end. And then I'm going to put some of my seasoning in. I'm going to like, boom, it's going to blow up. So let's see. Let my pasta sit here just a little bit more. I'm going to show you a trick with the pasta too. Not funny. When I do like this, you get in the pot, I'll turn this down. My top look like it's going, woo! I love the sound of the bubble. Me too. Bubbly, 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 bubbly. What if you live about being bubbly? You know what I'm saying? What if you were willing to be bubbly? What if everybody was bubbly? You know, isn't it kind of funny if you walk around with people and you start smiling and laughing, I almost said smelling. People say, what's wrong with you? You got a problem. We're so oriented to be in this reality and be jacked up. Read this one from some newcomers. If you did something to nurture your body and nurture your being at least 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, your income will double within 6 months. Because your point of view will change, because the nurturing of you and your body and your being starts to marinate like this pasta sauce, this yellow gravy, and it creates orgasmic experience. Get your mind out the gutter. I know y'all say, oh, orgasmic, is he talking about sex? Not this time. My Donna knows sometimes I'm crazy, but not this time. Okay, so I'm gonna check my pasta one more time. Make sure it's doing this thing. Yeah, I can look at it and see what it looks like. I could tell you. I'll grab one of these pastas like this. Let's see. Mm. 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 I'm gonna let it sit just a little bit longer. I don't need it to keep cooking. I just need it to kick in the heat. You know, being patient, cooking. I was blessed. My Aunt Donna on here was cooking when I was a kid. My grandmother was the start of it all. My Uncle Boris can cook all the time, not sometimes. You know it, yes, Donna. My mom was my first teacher of cooking. I went to France and I lived with the Mignons, and she taught me some things about French cooking. But it's a love. I feel like Rembrandt. Or what's the other artist I like? Bosch. Or Demetrius Ford. Or Mo Fay. There's some artists y'all might not know that I'm just giving some respect. And I think about these artists, and I think about being around them when they were doing their creation, and they were nurturing themselves with each stroke or the chalk or whatever. I hope that's not too corny for y'all. Okay. So it's doing this thing, y'all. So, looking good. Let it keep on going, bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Okay. So, I got to grab another two. I'm going to sit this wine over because I don't want to knock it over. I forgot all my tubes, so menage, not trois, but menage trois, y'all is what you think. Menage, when you mix stuff up, you grind things up, you release flavors. So you have garlic, bell peppers, and tomatoes that have been marinating in themselves, and the water in the sauce has been cooking out, okay? Zzz, power tools. It's like sex. It almost looks like, huh? Ooh. It sounds like it. Yes, I'm that type of guy. And if you don't like that type of guy, get the hell out the kitchen. It's too hot. Anyway, being silly that I am sometimes, plug this in. Oh no, Derek, don't beat me up. The light's gonna go down because I have to change. I need to plug this in. Oops, there it is. See, if I had a hand in the kitchen, it'd be a little bit different, but I don't. So you work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? You work with what you got. You become flexible. Move this over here. Now, I hope you guys can see this. I'm gonna sit this over here. So I think I want to drain my pasta. And while this is cooking down a little bit, let's see. It's going bubbly, 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 bubbly. Okay. Al dente. My pasta is al dente. So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna strain it. Let me get my tool so I don't burn myself. I hate turning my back to you. I don't have a camera over there, but I'm sorry. One day, but I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. I have my pasta. Let me grab my top because I'm gonna need my top. One of the secrets that I got out of Food Network, Jeezy off of The Kitchen said that he went to a New York restaurant. And that restaurant they dropped some butter on the pasta after it was cooked so the sauce would stick, but you got the benefit of the flavor of the butter. How's it get better than that? So what I'm doing is I want to toss this. I'm not going to put it back on the heat because I don't want this pasta to cook up anymore. But what I want is that oil and that buttery effect on it. So when I add the sauce to it later, it sticks. You have that slight butter taste in it. Ooh wee. So I'm gonna let you guys see what this looks like. Y'all see that? Without me dropping it. There we go. That's the pasta. Now, it's not much pasta there because it's just Tori and I eating tonight. If one of you guys want to come over, I can add more pasta. Anybody? Do I have any takers? Can't hear you. 7:06. I'm gonna be done in a few seconds, y'all. I know my brother Derek's like, I'm tired, John. I'm tired. Bear with me, bro. Okay. Now let's set this up here for a second. Can you guys? Can't. Can y'all see that? You see that? Okay. Now, I move it off the eye. Can y'all hear this? Let's see. Let me turn it up. It is turned up. Now watch this. So I'm getting most of the chunks since my wife don't like chunky sauce. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me out there. So what I'm doing is some of the bell peppers I'll leave in big pieces, but my wife doesn't like onions, so the onions have to disappear. But I want pretty much all the skins to be ground up or hear that? Sound like I'm having fun over here. Kind of sexy, huh? So what you don't want to do is pick it up and do it like this when it's outside the sauce, or you have sauce everywhere and you might burn yourself. So pay attention, as my French friends would say. Pay attention. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring my sauce back over to the fire, or the heat, I should say. I want my top. Now I want to add. Now I buy really good wine. This is Dead Crow wine. It wasn't my favorite, but I use it in my sauces, where some people substitute vinegar. So I'm gonna take, this is a half a cup of wine. I might add just a little bit more. So we got a half cup of wine in there. Let's set this over the side, so I don't knock it over. And if I knock it over, it doesn't spill everywhere. Okay. Now this sauce. And what I do, it's like making love. You taste, you lick, but you never put the tubes back where they were before. I know that's weird, huh? So turn this down on low. Let's chill. Now, I'm gonna put some of my Italian dry seasonings that I buy at the store, but the end of my season, my herbs are coming to the end. So this is fresh Italian parsley and fresh basil, what I had left in the backyard. Drop that in there. Y'all know I gotta add granulated garlic to everything. I think on my next life, I'll be a garlic head. Drop that off in there like that. My Italian, 2 tablespoons of the So I measure stuff like this because I know what it looks like. Did y'all see that cork jump out of the bottle? Damn entities. They're around me again. Back away. A little black pepper. Now, salt. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of salt. I can always add more salt. Can't take the salt out. Gotta be mindful of that. Stir this up like Bob Marley. Little darling, stir it up. It's been a long, long time. So I'm gonna add the sauces, but I'm gonna let you guys see what this sauce looks like. But you know, I gotta do my thing with my chicken wing. I keep tasting because I like a certain sweet spot. It's like sex, huh? It's that sweet spot you like. So I'm trying to find my sweet spot with this. With a little bit more Italian kick. No salt, because remember, you don't want to add any more salt because I have salt in the sausage. You can't do anything once you put too much salt in your shit. You're jacked. Okay, you're really jacked. You're hijacked. Low jack, jack. Don't add too much salt. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all see what this looks like without burning myself and without spilling it. This is yellow gravy. So, and this yellow gravy, what you do, like you see, this is a lot of sauce. I'll be out of town for a little bit. My wife loves spaghetti. Put it in containers, individual containers. Do I have any containers? I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay, let me do it. I'll drop my sausage in here. I didn't show y'all without the sauce, but I'm gonna let you guys see what it looks like. The total thing is I'm gonna get you guys out at 7:15. I try to keep my show within 30 minutes. So I'm gonna let this continue to simmer. I don't want to see. I see that. Let me do this. You see what it looks with the meat sauce in it. You see that? Thank God Pamela Marie Ashford was my mom, and she kept me in the kitchen when I was a little kid. Kind of forced me to cook, but it was a good force. I know my wife enjoys our force. So let me finish reading this, and I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Okay. What makes you feel an expanded sense of peace and gratitude for your life? That may be exercising, that may be taking a bath, whatever it is. One day a week should be devoted to nurturing you and your body. That alone will increase the money and abundance in your life. The more you torture yourself to just work and not to get anything else, the less money you make, the less money you end making, because your life is no longer joyful for you. What if you could work all you wanted and do that thing that nurtured you? Gosh, that would be terrible. Don't choose it. It's bad. It's bad for you. This is something that was written by Gary Douglas and Dane here, Dr. Dane here. Give credit to these brothers. They did a terrific class this weekend. I wanted to share that too with you guys so that you can live abundantly. I thank you guys for hanging out with me. Next week, I'll be out of town, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna got some stuff that I'm gonna record, hopefully by tomorrow. Something I have some other things that we'll put on there to tease you until I get back. Do me a favor. Be kind to you and to other people. If you see somebody that's having a rough day, just notice them. Say, I see you. Be kind. See you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.